For years, the world's biggest banks secretly manipulated something almost nobody truly understood: the price of money itself. Yes, you heard that right. Behind your mortgage, your credit card, every loan you've ever taken, there was this dark little number: LIBOR. Welcome to Money Chronicles. Here, money, power, and history mix together in ways that prove nothing is ever as simple as it looks. What was LIBOR? For decades, the most powerful number in global finance was something regular people had never even heard of. LIBOR, the London Interbank offered rate. It wasn't a stock. It wasn't a bond. It wasn't a government policy. It was literally the price of money. Every morning, big banks were asked just one question: if you borrowed from another bank today, what interest rate would they charge you? Each bank submitted its own answer. The highest and lowest numbers were thrown out, and the rest were averaged. That average became the LIBOR of the day. Sounds simple, right? Clean, tidy, organized. But in reality, it was unbelievably naive. You can't help but ask, was this entire massive system really built on something so flimsy? Because these numbers weren't based on real transactions. They were based entirely on trust us, the assumption that banks would answer honestly. And trust in big finance? That's the easiest thing in the world to exploit. Why was LIBOR so important? Because it wasn't just for banks. Over $350 trillion in financial contracts worldwide depended on LIBOR. Corporate loans, student loans, mortgages, credit card interest, government borrowing. In short, if you paid interest, LIBOR was somewhere in the background. Economists even called it the world's most important interest rate. But the entire system depended on a few numbers banks felt like giving that day. It was like letting students grade their own exams and imagining they'd get bonuses for higher scores. You can probably guess how that turned out. So how did they manipulate it? Let's make it simple. 16 banks send in their rates. A few outliers get tossed, and the rest get averaged. Now imagine a trader at one of those banks has a massive bet. He'll make millions if LIBOR moves up or down. He could wait for the market to move naturally. But why wait? He messages his friend on the money market desk. Can you nudge LIBOR down a bit today? 1 to 2 basis points is enough. His friend says, sure. Tweaks the number, sends it in. That tiny adjustment moves LIBOR, and even a 0.01% shift can redirect billions of dollars. Every time they nudged the rate, someone cashed in. No hackers, no elaborate scheme. Just a message, a favor, a microscopic tweak. And the direction of a global financial benchmark changed instantly. By the 2000s, they didn't even bother hiding it. Traders across continents made secret chat rooms. The cartel, the mafia. Yes, the names were that childish. Their messages went like this: push 3-month LIBOR down a tick today. Sure, you owe me a bottle of champagne. I'll fix it tomorrow. They were joking around while basically steering the world economy with their fingertips. This wasn't one rogue trader. It had become routine. That's the scary part. As the 2008 crisis approached, the lie grew. Banks stopped trusting each other. In reality, no one was lending to anyone. But if they admitted that, panic would erupt. So what did they do? They lied. They kept reporting low borrowing rates to appear strong and stable, even though the interbank market was basically dead. LIBOR had completely detached from reality. As one economist put it was like the thermometer reading 98 degrees Fahrenheit while the patient was dying. But the lie continued, because everyone needed it to. 2012. The explosion. Barclays was the first to confess. Messages, emails, conversations, everything spilled out. The most shocking part wasn't what they'd done, but how casually they talked about it. They weren't discussing global finance. They were chatting like they were trading soccer game tickets. We all did it. And they really had. UBS, Deutsche Bank, JP Morgan, Citigroup, RBS, all doing the same thing. The outcome? Total fines reached nearly $9 billion. But in a market where trillions move, $9 billion is nothing. An accounting entry, a cost of doing business. A few traders went to jail, sure. But they were scapegoats. The banks? Still standing. The executives? Still receiving bonuses. The markets? Didn't even blink. And the victims? Everyone on earth who ever paid interest. But nobody noticed because the crime was invisible. The core issue. LIBOR was really about trust. Finance runs on one question. If I lend you money, will you pay me back? LIBOR was supposed to measure trust between banks. But when the whole world relied on it, one small lie became incredibly powerful. Traders didn't hack anything. They were the system. 2023. LIBOR is gone, replaced by SOFR. SOFR is based on real transactions and is said to be more transparent. But the people in the system, the incentives, the culture, all the same. Changing the name didn't fix the behavior. Final thoughts? The LIBOR scandal is one of the clearest examples of how finance truly works. Behind the math lies human psychology, greed, pressure, fear, ambition, profit. When a rate changes, it's not just a statistic. It affects millions of people, national budgets, global markets. This manipulation was an invisible tax, slowly taken from everyone, everywhere. And the most unsettling part? The manipulation didn't stop. It just changed names. Because it was never a glitch. It was the system. Don't forget to like and subscribe.